Hey, it's me. So I just came back from Michael's and my mom had got me these dual brush pens. They're like a watercolor kind of brush on one side and a pen on the other. It's water-based ink or paint or whatever is in this. I'm not entirely sure since I haven't seen these before, but I'm eager to try them, and this mixed media sketchbook to try them out in. So now I'm just going to be testing the pens on both sides, the brush side and the pen side, to see what color each one is and how they work. My first thought is they're extremely vibrant. I did buy the bright palette, which is the brightest colors, but I feel like they'd all be pretty vibrant. I thought they'd be a little more like watercolor, but I wasn't actually sure what I was getting into. They're actually more like markers. The fine tips are very easy to use and pretty thin, so I really like them. So here I am testing the clear pen, and to see if it's actually like a blender, I'm not entirely sure what its purpose is, so I'm just going to see if it will blend. I'm using the two purples to make kind of a circle. And now I'm seeing it doesn't blend it very well, so I'm not sure if that's the purpose, but here you can see it picks up the color, so I can use a lighter version of that color by using that. That might be its purpose, I'm not entirely sure. Here's a close-up of the swatches. As you can see, the two greens are a little similar, but otherwise I really like this palette. Here I'm just going to be practicing my first impressions of these pens after, swatching them. I'm going to be seeing how they work in an actual drawing. So I'm just drawing a cat in a bag. First I used one of the greens. I'm honestly not sure which one it was. I think it was the bluer green, but I could be wrong. And I used that to outline the bag. Then I used orange to outline the cat. Now I'm using green to fill in one side of the bag. And I am kind of referencing a photo of a cat in a bag. Now I'm adding some kind of shading with the orange. I'm now filling in the rest of the cat with yellow. And I'm using the blender, or whatever it's called, to see if I can blend the colors. It does blend a little bit. I did still have a little bit of the purple left over from when I was trying it earlier, so it kind of left a not so tasteful color on there, but now I know to kind of clean it off after using it with a different color. Now I'm just adding flowers because the reference image I was using had flowers of many colors. So I'm using pink, green, turquoise or blue, and orange. And just as a finishing touch, I'm adding the pink stripes to the background of the bag. By the way, I am using the finer pen tips for the thin lines and the brush tips for the thicker lines and solid color. Now I'm just adding some shading and some extra details. And I am done with this little sketch type thing. Now it's another day and I'm going to be doing a full page painting or drawing with these brush pens, but first I am painting the background. I've already sketched out the drawing. It's going to be Sparkleworks the pony, and for this I have chosen the Reeves watercolor color ultramarine for the background, and I just diluted it with water. And so here I am using 3 different brushes. I'm using a big brush for the big expanses where there's going to be a lot of the background color, a medium size brush for the kind of harder to get places, and then a very small brush for the really hard to get places, as you can see here. Now I am pretty much done with the painting and on to the coloring. So now I've let the paint dry and I'm using the pen part of the orange brush to outline my pony. Now I'm coloring with the brush part of the orange brush, leaving a little bit on the bottom to add a yellow highlight later. A little white spot in between where I'm coloring and the line that I already made. Now I'm adding the yellow to be kind of a highlight of where the light is hitting Sparkleworks. And I'm using the blender to attempt to blend the orange and the yellow. I'm just using black to add the eyelashes and orange to add some more lines. Using the lighter pink to start the mane and tail. And now I am using yellow to add some highlights to the mane and tail. I don't feel like this worked that well, but at least I tried something new. And here I am going to be adding some darker spots to the mane and tail with the darker pink. And now I am outlining the mane and tail with the pin part of the dark pink brush. Now it is time to add the details and the fireworks in the background, so her cutie mark is a few fireworks. The yellow doesn't show up on a darker color like the orange, so I just used the bright pink and the blue. And now I'm starting the fireworks. I am also using mostly bright pink and blue and also some orange. Now I'm just adding some spots. You can't really see it, but when you look up close you can see little dots around the fireworks. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. Obviously, traditional art is not my strong suit. I am much better with digital, but this was a lot of fun and I hope to do more videos like this in the future. Please let me know if you prefer me talking and explaining what I'm doing or if you prefer just music while I'm drawing. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye!